Welcome to Restless Killers and Mysteries, the podcast where we explore true crime stories that have left an indelible impression on society. I'm Asia Greer, your host. Today, we're going into a gripping and profound book review, Beyond the Grassy Knoll: How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever by A.M. Wolfe. You can get your copy at https://Amazon.com/45M40B6 on Audible. This book delves into the past and discusses one of the most defining and contentious events in American history: President John F. Kennedy's assassination. Picture this: November 22, 1963, Dallas, Texas. A day that was supposed to be ordinary for many people turned into a nightmare, forever changing America's political and social environment. What followed was a frenzy of conspiracy theories, investigative studies, and never-ending arguments that have captivated and perplexed people worldwide. Wolfe's riveting story captures every aspect of this historic event, giving light on the ramifications of JFK's assassination for American society, politics, and culture. The audiobook, Beyond the Grassy Knoll: How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever, by A.M. Wolfe, is available through Audible. The film begins with a gloomy scene from November 22, 1963, a date in American history that will be remembered indefinitely. This painstakingly researched account is set against the backdrop of Kennedy's motorcade, the startling gunfire in Dealey Plaza, and the turmoil that ensued. Wolfe does not spend time going into the facts of that horrible day, creating the framework for a thorough exploration of a story that extends beyond the assassination. As we progress through the book, Wolfe details not just the circumstances surrounding the killing, but also the numerous conspiracy theories that have emerged in its aftermath. Was it the work of one gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald? Was there a more nefarious covert operation? The author casts a wide net, investigating everything from mafia involvement and CIA operations to the potential of foreign interference. The author methodically investigates each idea, presenting readers with a balanced view of the assumptions and evidence, which are frequently missing, that fuel the current dispute. But the assassin's gunshot did more than just end a president. It triggered a chain reaction that would forever alter the United States. In just over 35 minutes, Wolfe investigates the huge cultural consequences of Kennedy's death. The book focuses on the immediate aftermath: the shock, sadness, and grieving of a nation. The country now felt insecure, and its idealism had been broken. Americans' confidence in their leaders and institutions was fundamentally undermined. From there, the story digs deeply into the broader cultural and political implications. The killing of President John F. Kennedy sparked a surge of suspicion in government institutions, ushering in an era of skepticism and inquiry. This book gives a vivid picture of how the assassination sparked the 1960s upheaval, feeding into the counterculture movement and affecting the civil rights movement, anti-Vietnam War rallies, and, years later, the Watergate affair. Wolfe also discusses how the media influences the public's perception of the incident and its aftermath. The book explains how the media coverage of the assassination and following investigation ushered in a new era of broadcast news, with every American home getting a front-row seat to history in the making. The broadcast accounts, the Zapruder video, and the Warren Commission hearings all played a role in enlightening and confusing the public, contributing to the labyrinth of hypotheses and suspicions that still surround the event today. Furthermore, the author does not hesitate to argue how the Kennedy assassination paved the path for future political climates and the character of American leadership. According to the book, this sad event could be viewed as the beginning of a more cynical and fragmented political landscape, the consequences of which are still visible today. In essence, Beyond the Grassy Knoll: How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever takes readers on a thorough trip through one of American history's most perplexing chapters, focusing not only on the event itself, but also on the ripples it caused throughout time. A.M. possesses a sharp analytical eye. Wolf dissects the layers of mystery surrounding Kennedy's death, creating an educational and thought-provoking narrative. This chapter serves as a springboard for our in-depth exploration of the author's approach, key topics, and the book's overall reception. Stay tuned as we learn more about A.M. Wolf's narrative style and significant issues make this book a must-read for everyone interested in true crime and American history. A.M. Wolf's approach to writing, Beyond the Grassy Knoll, is both detailed and engaging. Wolf employs a careful research process throughout the book, demonstrating the author's commitment to finding every possible aspect of JFK's assassination. Wolf's narrative style easily moves from extensive historical facts to captivating fiction, ensuring that readers are not only informed but also thoroughly captivated. Wolf's technique is notable for its intensive use of primary materials. These include declassified documents, eyewitness testimony, and archival material, which together form a solid foundation of evidence. This focus on primary sources lends authenticity and credibility to the book, making it a valuable resource for anybody researching the JFK assassination. Wolf uses a multidimensional approach to guide readers through the different conspiracy theories that have surrounded JFK's death for decades. Each hypothesis is methodically investigated, evaluated, and presented in a way that allows readers to draw their own conclusions. This balanced approach keeps the book from relying too much on a single story, which is especially crucial considering the contentious nature of the subject. The writing style itself is quite fascinating. Wolf has the ability to weave intricate facts into a gripping story without overloading the reader. The book's rhythm is precisely tuned to keep readers interested, alternating between high-tension scenes and introspective analysis. This ebb and flow keeps readers engaged from beginning to end. Wolf also shows a strong ability to humanize the historical figures engaged in this catastrophe. Readers gain insight into the characters and reasons that affected events thanks to rich characterizations. This technique not only brings history to life, but also emphasizes the high human cost of political decisions and acts. Furthermore, Wolf's narrative method succeeds in providing vivid descriptions of critical scenes. Whether it's the tragic day in Dealey Plaza or the complicated workings of subsequent government investigations, readers feel as if they're there firsthand. These immersive descriptions are matched by an ability to emphasize lesser-known, but equally crucial elements, providing a new viewpoint on well-trodden ground. Another distinguishing element of Wolf's writing is his intentional use of cliffhangers and rhetorical questions. These literary devices urge readers to keep turning the pages, hoping to discover the next revelation. This gripping strategy is especially successful in real crime stories, because the search for the truth is riddled with twists and turns. Finally, Wolf's prose is clear and accessible, making complex historical and political circumstances approachable to a wide range of readers. There is no superfluous language or confusing explanations here. Only direct, effective writing that respects the reader's intelligence. To conclude, A.M. Wolf's technique and writing style in Beyond the Grassy Knoll established a high bar for real crime stories. Wolf has written a book that is both useful and deeply interesting, thanks to thorough research, fair analysis, compelling storytelling, and clear style. It's a must-read for everyone curious about one of America's most enigmatic and significant events. In this segment, we look into the essential themes and ideas from Beyond the Grassy Knoll, How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever, by A.M. Wolf. One of the most devastating issues tackled in the novel is the societal paranoia that swept the country following President Kennedy's assassination. Wolf methodically documents how the terrible act shook the entire population, calling into doubt their feeling of security and trust in the government. The assassination sparked an eruption of conspiracy ideas, which Wolf dives into in great depth, From the notorious Grassy Knoll to the enigmatic people captured on camera, the book delves into how these myths took root and spread like wildfire. Wolf's investigation into how the media and public discourse propagated these notions offers an engrossing look at the power of narrative in changing public perception. Whether it was doubts about Lee Harvey Oswald's actions alone or rumors about government complicity, the book makes it apparent that this incident signaled the start of a new era of cynicism and suspicion in American culture. Another important takeaway from Wolf's work is its long-term influence on American political culture. The assassination not only eroded public trust, but it also highlighted the potential for volatility in American politics. This period marked the beginning of an era in which political assassinations and attempts grew more common, altering how security measures around public persons were seen and implemented. Wolf's narrative focuses on how this sad event altered the course of political engagement and action in the country, prompting people to look at leaders differently. Wolf also poses serious questions about the nature of truth and faith in governing organizations. The detailed account of the Warren Commission's investigation and following conflicts prompts readers to question the veracity of official narratives. Wolf not only tells the account of what happened, but also delves deeply into why people believed what they did. The book demonstrates that the assassination ushered in a period of deep suspicion, in which residents began to seek the real truth behind the scenes. Furthermore, the book gives a detailed analysis of how the assassination affected American culture in general, ranging from literature and movies to broader societal movements. Cultural objects from that era are re-examined through the prism of JFK's assassination, providing readers with a new understanding of the event's widespread impact. Whether analyzing the rise of the American hero myth or the emerging counterculture of the 1960s, Wolf expertly ties the connections to demonstrate how inextricably linked the assassination is to America's cultural fabric. Beyond the Grassy Knoll also explores the personal challenges of people affected by the catastrophe. This human element deepens the historical understanding, making the stakes of the killing more accessible to readers. By presenting personal experiences and testimony, Wolf guarantees that the emotional and psychological consequences are not ignored. This technique deepens the narrative, transforming it from a historical account into a study of human resilience and vulnerability in the face of national catastrophe. Finally, the primary themes and ideas from Beyond the Grassy Knoll demonstrate how JFK's assassination was more than a single act of violence. It was a seismic event that shook the foundations of American society and its institutions. The cultural paranoia, emergence of conspiracy theories, and long-term effects on political culture continue to resonate throughout history. Wolf's ability to raise fundamental themes about truth and trust, while weaving a gripping tale, makes this book a must-read for everyone interested in understanding one of America's watershed moments. When Beyond the Grassy Knoll, How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever, hit the market, critics and the general public quickly took notice. The book exposes a historical wound that has never fully healed and delves into it with vigor that is both enlightening and unnerving. Take a look at some of the reactions it received. Critics have mostly complimented A.M. Wolf for his extensive and thorough investigation. For example, the New York Times described it as a meticulously researched and compellingly written exploration of an event that forever altered the American landscape. The publication also praised Wolf's ability to bring new insights into well-trodden territory, comparing it to peeling yet another layer off an already intricate puzzle. Similarly, Kirkus Reviews praised Wolf's blend of hard academic research and compelling storytelling approach. They claim that Wolf's narrative captures the chaotic and emotionally tumultuous climate of post-assassination America, making readers not just understand, but feel the societal ripple effects of JFK's death. Academic critics have also praised the book for its thorough investigation of the different conspiracy theories surrounding JFK's assassination that have persisted for decades. Many people were pleased by Woolf's ability to treat these beliefs critically and respectfully, without dismissing them outright or accepting them as gospel. This method has made a significant addition to the discourse, offering a balanced viewpoint that enriches the continuing debate in both academic circles and popular media. Public opinion, as measured by platforms such as Goodreads and Amazon, reflects much of the critical acclaim while adding a depth of personal relevance. Readers frequently note how the book opened up fresh insights and challenged their established assumptions. One 5-star Amazon review reads, "This book is not just for history buffs or conspiracy theorists. It's for anybody attempting to understand how a single event can affect the fabric of a nation." Woolf's insight is not only comprehensive, but also very personal. Another Goodreads reader wrote, "Beyond the Grassy Knoll is as much about learning our history as it is about challenging it." Woolf manages to weave in so many diverse perspectives that you conclude the book, not just understanding more about JFK's assassination, but also about America itself. However, not all feedback has been positive. Some readers claim that Woolf's in-depth research might become overpowering owing to its complexities. One Goodreads reviewer stated, "While the book is unquestionably informative, the sheer amount of material can be somewhat intimidating. It's not a light read, and some portions felt like wading through a lengthy academic paper." Another recurrent theme in negative reviews was that the book didn't provide any breakthrough new insights into the assassination itself. For readers looking for a new, shocking notion, this may be disappointing. According to one critic, though comprehensive, the lack of new explosive conclusions might disappoint those hungry for sensationalism. It's also worth mentioning the book's impact on social media platforms. Hashtags relating to the book have trended on Twitter, and various discussion groups on Facebook and Reddit have sprung up to critique and debate its content. These platforms have become thriving forums for further exploration, with readers actively participating in in-depth, important discussions regarding the book's subjects. Beyond the Grassy Knoll is an important aspect of the ongoing discourse surrounding JFK's assassination. By revisiting the tragedy via a contemporary viewpoint, it urges readers to consider not just what occurred, but also how society processes and recalls historical catastrophes. Woolf's work is effective in keeping the dialogue going, ensuring that JFK's assassination remains a relevant topic of discussion for future generations. Overall, Beyond the Grassy Knoll has had a tremendous influence due to its rigorous research and accessible narrative, which bridges the gap between academic analysis and public interest. It is not only a book, but also a platform for further investigation and discussion of one of America's most perplexing and defining moments. Now, let me share my thoughts on Beyond the Grassy Knoll: How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever, by A.M. Woolf. First and foremost, I must mention that one of the most engaging features of this book is Woolf's painstaking sorting through a sea of information. The author does not simply offer historical facts. Rather, he weaves them into a compelling and thought-provoking story. The pacing is excellent, and the combination of first-hand testimonies and proven data makes this a must-read for anybody interested in understanding the enormous impact the JFK assassination had on America. One thing that continually piqued my interest was the in-depth analysis of conspiracy theories. It's easy to get lost in the endless speculation surrounding JFK's death, but Woolf takes a fair approach. He neither dismisses nor validates conspiracy theories. Instead, he presents a detailed examination, leaving readers to reach their own conclusions. This objectivity is refreshing and makes the book accessible to a wide spectrum of readers, from those unfamiliar with the subject to seasoned true crime lovers. However, while the book shines in many areas, it does have certain flaws. At times, the heavy emphasis on government paperwork and official reports can be overwhelming. These portions, while required for a thorough understanding, can be rather thick. which may turn off readers who prefer a more direct narrative style. A bit more emphasis on human factors, such as personal experiences or interviews, could have helped to balance out and make these portions more compelling. Another highlight of the novel is how it addresses the cultural paranoia that followed the assassination. Woolf delves beyond the event itself, delving into how it fostered a culture of suspicion and distrust of public institutions, a topic that continues to resonate today. This reflection on societal changes gives dimension to the book, elevating it from a simple recital of a historical event to a study of its long-term consequences. Given these considerations, Beyond the Grassy Knoll is an absolute must-read. But who is most likely to enjoy this book? If you're interested in American history and the complexities of political events, this book will hold your attention from beginning to end. True crime fans will enjoy Woolf's thorough effort to solving one of America's longest-running mysteries. Similarly, people interested in the psychological and cultural effects of catastrophic events will find Woolf's ideas extremely insightful. This book may be too thick for individuals who like character-driven storylines or want a lighter read. Even so, I would recommend it as an excellent resource for understanding not only JFK's assassination, but also how such a pivotal incident can reverberate across history, affecting generations. In conclusion, Beyond the Grassy Knoll, How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever, is a complex and thoroughly researched book that encourages readers to think critically about one of the most contentious events in American history. Despite a few thick passages, its comprehensiveness and astute analysis make it a must-read for anybody interested in true crime, history, or the mechanics of society development. So, if you want to read a book that will leave you thinking long after you've finished it, I highly recommend this one. Your understanding of 20th century America, as well as how we interpret truth and trust, may change forever. Thanks for watching this episode of Restless Killers and Mysteries. I hope you enjoyed reading Beyond the Grassy Knoll, How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever, by A.M. Woolf. This book not only delves into the intricate facts of one of America's most contentious assassinations, but also offers light on how it forever changed the direction of American society and politics. We would love to hear your views and feedback. Please contact us via social media. Your feedback helps to improve our podcast. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode full with fascinating insights and commentary. Join us next week as we look at another captivating true crime story that has had a lasting impact on society. Whether it's unsolved mysteries, renowned killings, or instances of justice delivered, we've got more exciting information for you. Beyond the Grassy Knoll, How JFK's Death Changed American Society Forever by A.M. Woolf. You can get your copy at https://Amazon to 45 and 40B6 on Audible. I'm Asia Greer, your host. Keep curious and intrigued, but most importantly, keep safe. Until next time, thank you for listening.